What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Alexander Drago Volkov and Walt the Big Ticket Harris. What an exciting heavyweight matchup. This UFC 254 card is excellent, and I'm really excited to see this fight. Walt Harris, he's looking for a signature win here against the very dangerous Volkov. He had a very, tragic story about losing his stepdaughter. And then he went on to fight Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem, the savage that he was, did defeat Walt Harris by TKO in that matchup, and now he fights Alexander Volkov, who's coming off a disappointing loss to Curtis Blades, but I'll be honest, he did fairly well against Curtis Blades. He went 5 rounds. Curtis has been finishing a lot of guys and looked really dominant, and at the end of the day, Volkov hit him with some good punches, and there was definitely some moments for Volkov there. I think Volkov is serious, man. He's a serious fighter, and I think he is a top guy in this heavyweight division. Walt Harris, also a top guy too, but let's get into the skill sets. So for Walt Harris, you have a very dangerous knockout artist. I mean, he's a guy that can hit you and put you out in one shot. I feel like you also got to watch out for, some of his crazy attacks. Also has a decent flying knee that he'll occasionally throw. Really athletic. His kicks are very dangerous, and he mixes them in with his punches very nicely. I mean, he is a guy that can kind of do it all. He caught Alistair Overeem with that massive straight shot, and I think that his straight punch packs a ton of power. He has very quick knockout wins in the past. Quickly, I can pull up his record. I do want to talk about a couple of both their recent fights besides just their last one. I want to look at their past 3. So for Walt Harris, prior to losing to Overeem, he was on a pretty impressive 2 fights in a row, beat Sergey Spivak in 50 seconds, and then beat Alexei Oleinik in 12 seconds. So you got a guy with massive power. I mean, he can knock out pretty much anybody on the planet. Had Alistair Overeem really hurt. Granted, Alistair not the most durable guy, but still, he had him very badly hurt there. With Alexander Volkov, with the loss to Curtis Blades, before that, had a less than impressive win over Greg Hardy, but prior to that, he'd been out since 2018. That was over a year. So he was from Derek Lewis. He lost that fight when he was winning the entire thing until the very end. And then he takes a year off, fights Greg Hardy. Comes back after a bit of time in June, fought Curtis Blades, went the distance, looked a lot better, and now he takes on Walt Harris here in a very fun matchup. With Volkov, I mean, he's a very rangy striker. He likes to keep his distance, throw straight shots, does not throw massive power in his punches, is more of a volume guy, and throws really nice combinations, good kicks. I mean, he's a former champion in Bellator, 6'7", so obviously he's going to have an advantage in the height here, but as far as reach goes, it's not significant, and Walt Harris is listed here at 6'5" on Tapology, both with an 81-inch reach, but the leg length will be a bit longer for Volkov here, and I really feel like you have a very competitive matchup. So what is going to happen? It's either going to be the Walt Harris stoppage. I think Walt Harris is a guy he needs to knock out, and here against Volkov, I think that will be his best route to victory. If he's able to knock him out, most likely that's how he would win. For Volkov, though, I actually see him more as a technical decision fighter at this point, and especially here against Walt Harris. My prediction here in this fight is going to be a decision win for Alexander Volkov. I think he looks very technical on the feet. I think he throws a lot of good straight punches, mixes in some kicks very nicely, and his technical kickboxing skill will be able to beat the devastating one-punch knockout artist Walt Harris here. And that's why I am riding with a Volkov decision, though. I don't know if he stops Walt. Walt is a really tough guy that has a lot of skills. Walt's most likely risk of getting stopped would be if he does gas himself out early, going for something, if he hurts Volkov or whatnot. But looking at the odds, -170 is Volkov to Walt Harris at a +150. But the best betting odds for Volkov, if you're looking to put money on him, there's a -160 over at Sportsbook. On Walt Harris, there's a +160 over at Bovada. So either one of those would be your best options. As I said, I'm personally going to be riding with Alexander Volkov here. There's definitely a knockout chance for Walt Harris. I can quickly look at if there's any prop bets updated just yet. I don't know if there will be. Walt Harris to win by TKO or knockout, +225. Bet Online does have that up. A Volkov decision win is sitting at a +225 as well. Betting on prop bets, risky thing. I personally just like betting on who will win, but I have done well at prop bets a couple times in the past. But in this matchup, I'm riding with Volkov. Decision victory. Could see a late TKO if Walt Harris is able to hit him with something big and stun him, but more than likely, we'll see it go in the distance here in a very fun fight between Walt the Big Ticket Harris and Alexander Drago Volkov. I am excited to see if Volkov does win, where he goes from here in the heavyweight division. He's an intriguing guy to fight a lot of the top matchups. I mean, he's a tall guy with really good kickboxing. As far as grappling goes, he's not bad. I mean, he was able to not be finished by Curtis Blades, still lost that fight in the scorecards, but went the distance, which I think is very impressive, and we're going to have a fun fight here between these two. But that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on these post notifications. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.